FSD beta 12.3, driving directly into the sun, not an issue. In the past, version 11 would freak out and give me the red hand asking for help. Let's see, it's about to make a right turn here. I'm having trouble seeing. It is drifting a little bit in the lane, but it's really good. Directly into the sunlight, not freaking out, so did well there.
Dave Lee says, not all my Tesla FSD V12.3 drives are perfect, but this afternoon FSD did a perfect drive home for me. Smooth as butter, whole drive was perfect. All the acceleration, braking, turning, everything. Tesla certainly had some sort of a breakthrough with this latest version. Koreans are raving about FSD too. There's something to keep in mind if your vehicle has hardware 4. We are receiving some reports that FSD V12.3 is sometimes not successfully installed in the vehicles, but there have been no issues at all with hardware 3, so I assume that Tesla will fix this relatively quickly. I'm also happy to see that I'm not the only Canadian who's not receiving V12.3. Seems like Canada has been completely left out, but usually by now, with older versions at least, we Canadians would have it. But not this time. This post attacking Tesla got 1.6 million views on X and it got community noted. He said, hot take, it should only be called full self-driving if the auto manufacturer takes full responsibility for the car's actions. Everything up to that point is a driving assistant. Tesla has been selling their $12,000 Lie for 8 years now. Jerry Rig, Everything's channel is being sponsored by Ford to advertise Blue Cruise ADAS. He did another post. Imagine you just paid $12,000 for something called full self-driving and then the manual tells you to keep your hands on the steering wheel at all times. And here's a community note again. Full self-driving is explicitly stated by Tesla as still being in beta, meaning development is still currently ongoing and not yet finalized. It also points out that Jerry Rig is sponsored by Blue Cruise. I love community notes. Oh, Elon Musk seriously called out Don Lemon. Someone said, I don't think Don Lemon is very smart. He fails to grasp very simple concepts, to which Elon replied, on a chart that measured personality and intelligence, Don Lemon would be in the worst quadrant, stupid asshole. Electrics reporter Fred weighed in on the situation despite the fact that I agree with Elon that Don did a poor job with most of that interview. This is not okay. This name calling and bullying from Elon is terrible to see. I really wish Elon would be more kind and positive because this sort of behavior then empowers his millions of fans to act the same and it degrades the level of conversation on this platform.
If the test for a doctor is lowered, then the probability of them making a mistake and killing someone is obviously going to be higher.
Wait, say that again. I'm not sure I understand what you said. I want to make sure I understand what you're saying.
Yes, if the standards for passing medical exams and becoming a doctor, or especially something like a surgeon, if the standards are lowered, then the probability that the surgeon will make a mistake is higher. They're making mistakes in their exam. They may make mistakes with people, and that may result in people dying.
What evidence do you have, though, that they're lowering the standards? There's no evidence of that.
I believe there is.
There's no evidence of that, Elon. What is the evidence?
I believe they have literally lowered the standards at Duke University, and that is what the article was referring to.
There's no evidence.
Saying they have not lowered the standards?
There's no evidence about lowering standards, and I think that there is.
Leave that as a false statement you're making.
Okay, well, we'll figure it out. And there's no evidence that standards are being lowered.
Okay.
That DEI is affecting medicine. Actually, only 5% of doctors are black.
If the standards, like let's say. I think that particular thing was referring to surgeons. Let's say a surgeon is asked to, a surgeon in training is asked to do a series of operations under the supervision of a senior surgeon, and they get a bunch of those operations wrong. If that happens, and yet they are still approved to be a surgeon, the probability that someone will die, I think, at some point is high.
Okay, I understand that, but that's a hypothetical. That doesn't mean it's happening.
I didn't say it's happening.
You didn't say it was happening.
I said it will. I said if we lower standards, people will die.
I'll just say this. I'm not upset with Elon making that comment.